Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today is a very, very exciting day. Today is my pen review. I'll be reviewing all of the pens that I found in my desk. And to be perfectly honest with you, these actually aren't all of the pens that were in my desk. I'm going to show you some more pens that I have. A lot of pens I had in my desk, I'm just now noticing. But the reason I'm not including these in my review is because they already have the same pen in the review. Okay, that might have been a little confusing. But for example, this pen already is the same as this pen, basically. And all of these have a match somewhere already in the sample. So I feel like it would be kind of redundant to include any of these pens because they already have a match somewhere in the sample. I think that made sense. Sometimes I can't tell. I would also like to show you this pen that I found. It's just kind of interesting. I'll try to open it. It's so hard to open. Okay. You can see that the end broke off. And ink got everywhere. Luckily, it was contained within the cap, so I don't have ink all over my desk, which is nice. But I'll probably be throwing this pen away after this. Yeah, if I were to review this would probably get a 0 out of 10 because I don't think it would work as a pen, which is unfortunate. But now let's get started with the real meat and potatoes of the review. I've already ranked the pens very quickly and prematurely based off of how I think I'll like them, but I did it very quickly. So I might change a few things around now that I'm giving time for a proper evaluation, I notice a few pens that I haven't clicked. Just make it a little easier for me to have all the pens clicked. And I have a piece of scratch paper that I'll be doodling on to test these pens out. I feel like that's very important. Probably the most important aspect of this, of ranking pens, is how does it feel when you're using it, the pen. Let's get started with our first pen. This is the Pilot G207. It has a very nice kind of grip, almost. I like it when pens have these kind of grips. It makes me feel kind of fancy, like I'm holding a fancy pen. So that's a point in its favor, let me just say that. But when we get to the actual doodling, I can't say that I particularly enjoy how it feels to write with this pen. It's very hard to describe, but unless you're actually like using the pen. But it just kind of feels strange to use it. Some pens that I describe it as the glide the pen has, Some pens you write with and you feel like you're just cutting through butter, This is not one of those pens, I don't think. It's very, it's like you're constantly aware that you're using a pen. I think that kind of sounds strange, but I feel like that's the best way of explaining how I feel, There's some pens that you can write with that, just feel very smooth to write with and very nice in the hand. So, unfortunately, I feel like it's in a pretty solid position if we leave it all to the right. Of course, these get better as we go to the left. But of course, I might make adjustments as I give each pen a full proper review. I'm not sure what type of pen this is. It doesn't say anywhere on the pen, which I think is interesting. It's one of those pens where it has a cap instead of a button that you press. There are definitely pros and cons to pens with caps. One is that if you fiddle with the pen, like I like to try to take the cap off and put it back on with one hand. And that's how I fiddle with these types of pens. I don't think this is going to really bother anybody if you fiddle like with pens like this. However, if you take one of these pens with the click and you start fiddling with that, I think you're going to annoy a lot of people. You know, if you're in class or like, I don't know, in a meeting. So that's, I would actually consider that a pro. But you know, that's just my personal preference. I think a lot of people don't fiddle with their pens, so they wouldn't consider that a pro. A con with the caps, I would say, is that caps can be lost. And that is kind of unfortunate, isn't it, when you lose the cap to your pen. Obviously, we saw with this pen, you know, that exploded. Just imagine if this pen didn't have a cap on it. There would be ink everywhere. So yeah, that definitely is a con. I feel like all in all, it all balances out though. But I feel like that is something to take into consideration a little bit when evaluating these pens. Let's actually write with it. Or have I wrote with it already? I don't think so. Yeah. The Glide is definitely better than the first pen. But it's not perfect. It's very, very slight though. You know, I'm being very picky because all of these, honestly, if I'm honest with you, they're all fine pens. But if you're very particular, like I am, you can find, you know, these small differences and evaluate the pens based off of that. And that's what you have to do when you're trying to, you know, rank all of your pens. So I think this pen is in a pretty solid position when I leave it where it is. Let's move on to this pen. This is a pen that I got when I was touring colleges. When you tour colleges, I guess they just give you a whole bunch of pens. That's kind of a cheap way of, you know, giving you a little souvenir, I guess, of the college when you visit it. This is, yeah, let's just write with this pen and see how it does against the others. It is better than the other two, I'm immediately noticing. It's okay. Making a little cat. Oh, it's a little wonky. This pen is a perfectly fine pen. But for now, let's just put it where it was right here. It's definitely better than these two pens over here. But I might adjust this ranking later because I'm surprised by how nice it feels to write with this pen. Let's move on to this pen. Let's see what this pen is. Papermate Inkjoy 100 1.0M. I'm not sure what the 100 1.0M stands for, but if you want to check out any of these pens, I'm sure that'll be enough information. Another one was the caps. Ooh, this one is, the cap is very kind of hard to get off. It's not that hard, but like, if you're just like fiddling with it, I'm thinking, like how I like to fiddle with it. I'm not sure if that's a pro or a con. That might be a con, frankly. Another thing about this pen that I'm noticing that you might not be able to see on the video is that it's almost triangular. if you can see the edge here, you notice that it's more triangular than a circle, but it's not a perfect triangle because it doesn't come to a perfect edge. The edges are all rounded. So it is very similar to a pencil, I think. And it actually feels very nice in the hand because of that. But of course, let's doodle with it, and we'll see. Ooh, it's taking a while to warm up. Oh no, can I get it to work? What happens if I can't get it to work? Do I just not rank it? No, it's kind of working. Here we go. Oh, it's blue. I didn't realize that it was blue, but I guess that makes sense because the outside of the pen is blue. You can never tell though. I feel like there are some blue pens that are, blue on the outside, but they have black ink. Very confusing. Oh, let's give this guy a mouth. This is very okay to write with. I'm not amazed by it. You know what? Oh, let's keep the cap off. Let's keep it where it was. I feel very comfortable with that. Let's go on to the Bic round stick, medium size. Okay, very classic pen. This is the pen I have the most of in my desk. So I don't know why. I guess I bought like a pack of these, and now I just have 1,000 of them just lying around. Very, very decent to write with. Well, that's a weird looking doodle. I would say that this is about fine where it is. All of these are fine where this is. I'm noticing that my first kind of evaluation has been accurate so far. I'm hoping that it won't be a struggle to remember all of these pens when I get to the later pens, because maybe if I get to a pen that I don't like so much, I'll struggle to put where it is. That's what I'm thinking about right now, because I won't remember any of the older pens. But I'll just try to remember what each of them feel like. Now this is another Bic. What is it called? I looked up some information on this pen. It's the Bic Crystal. It's the most commonly sold pen in the world. As of 2006, in 2006 anyways, it sold its 100 billionth pen of this kind, which is actually incredible, I think. So I think this is the pen this is definitely what I think of when I think of a pen. Is this kind of type of pen right here. So this is one I'm very familiar with, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably also familiar with. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing the camera. If you look closely, you can see it's octagonal, or is it hexagonal? It's hexagonal. Yes, hexagonal like a pencil, so it is very similar to a pencil. Very lightweight, I'm noticing. Let's get to the testing, why don't we? Drawing a box, drawing some eyes. Just drawing. I think this is definitely the best pen I've drawn with so far, which is good news for this pen. Let's just leave it right there where it is. Okay. Let's move on to the next pen. Oh, okay, just drop it on the floor. That's nice. Another University of Minnesota pen. I notice it's the colors of the University of Minnesota, which I think is kind of cool. The maroon and gold. This is the first pen that's twist. that's kind of a twist type pen. It's kind of lame. Kind of fine though. Oh, I'm noticing that it is a Bic pen. Very popular brand of pen, I've noticed. I've never really thought about pen brands very much until now, but I mean, Bic seems to be pulling its weight. Let's test it out, why don't we? Okay. Let's draw another cat. Ooh, it takes a while to warm up, kind of. Or to start working. Some whiskers. But once it warms up, it works just fine and dandy. I actually think that this is worse than the Bic pen, but better than any of the other pens. Or the Bic Crystal. I know this is also a Bic. Let's move on. Another University of Minnesota pen. Wow. They definitely give you a lot of pens when you tour the University of Minnesota. Let's just kind of doodle. Let's give this guy a nose. The doodling is the best part, I think, of this. So I like to draw these little crazy faces. I can't tell if this is better than the Bic Crystal. I'm going to try the Bic Crystal once more. I think this pen right here is actually better than the Bic Crystal. So I'll put that there. What is this pen? The MMS, Midwest Mechanical Solutions. I'm trying to tighten it. It's another one of these pens with the grips on it, the fancy grips. And I kind of like this kind of clicking mechanism. I don't know why, but I like how big and sturdy it feels in the hand. It's kind of loud to click, but that's, I mean, I guess that's what all clicking type pens kind of are, is very loud. Let's draw with this one. It doesn't want to get started. Here we go. Not as nice to write with, I'm noticing. Probably worse than this pen, I think. Yes. Oh, now we go on to the UW Platteville. I actually didn't tour this school. My brother did. But I had to go with him to tour the school. Also, kind of funny, well, not really funny, it was on my birthday. So my birthday was spent joining my brother on a tour of UW Platteville. But it was fine. I got to, it was fine. It was a fine birthday. It was actually not too bad. It sounds really sad, but it's not. Okay, let's just test the pen. Ooh, this is a crazy looking guy. This is a guy you do not want to be around for very long because you're not sure what he's going to do. I should be focusing on the pen. It is a very nice pen. Very nice to write with. Actually, I don't know where to put it. I think I'm going to put it below the Bic Crystal. Let's put this pen back on here. Okay, what is this pen all about? Eau Claire, University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire. Another college that I've toured. I'm reminiscing today about all of the college visits that I took. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, it stopped working. That's not good. It started working, but then it stopped working. Oh. Oh. I'm trying to think. This is not as nice. I think right here is a good place for that pen. Now we move on to this pen. This is a weird pen, I think. You notice to like unclick it, like you do this. You have to push on this mechanism, but to put it back on, you have to push this. So it's kind of a very strange type of pen mechanism. I've never seen this type of kind of opening and closing mechanism before. But it is triangular, so it does feel pretty nice in the hands. Let's try drawing with it, and maybe we can tell a little bit more about this pen, if it will start to work. I hope it starts working. It does not want to work. Oh no. Oh, don't you hate that? I might actually let this affect the ranking of this pen, because this is kind of ridiculous. Although I'm not sure how much of the pen is to blame, but I'm sure a little bit of the pen design is to blame, surely, right? Oh, I think it started... Wait, no, it hasn't started working yet. I don't think I'm going to get this pen to work. So I think that means this goes at the very end. Very, very worst pen this is, because it doesn't, work. I feel like that's a fair assessment. Let's check this out. Profile 1.4B. Very, very sturdy pen. Has the nice little grip that I like. Let's see about the glide. Ooh, very nice glide. This might be the best pen that I've ranked so far. I don't know what I'm drawing. I'm going to actually compare it to this pen. I've already ranked this pen. No, I think this pen is actually better. Wait. Is this the one that I... Yes, the Profile 1.4B from Papermate. I think is actually the best pen I've reviewed so far, and my other pen falls off the whiteboard. I mean, not a whiteboard, I mean a background. It's a whiteboard. Okay. I feel like I didn't want to reveal that because I feel like it's weird. It kind of ruins the illusion, but whatever. Let's look at this pen. Adare, Home Health and Hospice. Well, that's sad. Let's review this pen. It has a decent feel to it. I'm going to actually compare it to the Bic pen. See how it does against that. The Hospice pen is actually not as good as the Bic pen. So I'm going to put... Wow, where was the Bic before? I think it was right here. And let's put this pen like right here. I think that's okay. This is... you can't read it really because it's faded, but this used to say FBLA. I used to be in FBLA. And I won this pen actually. In a... I can't remember, but I remember I won it. So that's kind of exciting. Kind of lame, but I was really good at FBLA. I went to state. Okay, let's start writing with this pen, see how it does. Ooh, very nice pen. Very, very... Pretty good, pretty good. But I don't think as good as the Bic, so I'll put this one right here. Oh, and our last and final pen. Oh, I'm so sad that this is coming to a close. But I'm happy that we're gonna get our final ranking of all of my pens. Let's rank this pen. It has kind of like a pseudo grip. Like, this is not like a grip that I've seen on any other pen. It's from the University of Wisconsin Superior. Another university pen. Give him a big old nose and a tiny little mouth. That's hilarious. I'm gonna say... Actually, I don't know. It's very hard to say. I'm gonna say worse than the Bic, but better than the FPLA pen. Okay, so this is my final ranking of all my pens. It's very exciting. I've always wanted to rank my pens. Actually, that's not true. I just thought of it the other day, and I thought it'd be fun. Well, there you go. That's all my pens ranked. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching until now. This was a really long video. Oh my goodness, 27.5 minutes I've been recording. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.